In 1764, deep in the mountains of France, something woke up. Something hungry. And it wasn't hunting deer. It wasn't hunting rabbits. It was hunting people. Not for food, not even to survive, for sport. It started like a rumor, the kind you laugh at in daylight, then fear at night. A young woman was out in the fields, watching her cattle, when the bushes exploded, something huge, low to the ground, moving like a wolf, but heavier. Wrong. It lunged for her throat, and the only reason she lived was because her bulls charged in, horns down, and drove it back into the trees. She ran home shaking, breathless, trying to explain what she saw, but nobody really believed her. Not until weeks later. 14-year-old Jean Boulet went out and never came back. They found her body torn apart in the parish of Saint-Étienne-de-Lugdarès, and the death was written down, officially, like ink could make it less terrifying. After that, the bodies didn't stop. Children, women, shepherds, dragged into the brush, ripped open, sometimes nearly decapitated. The wounds were savage, precise, like the creature knew exactly where to strike. People said it was a wolf, but wolves don't do that. Eyewitnesses described it over and over, a monster the size of a calf, a broad chest, reddish shaggy fur, and a dark stripe running down its spine. Some swore they saw eyes like burning coals. Others said it moved like it was trained, like it had purpose. And the worst part? It didn't just kill, it humiliated. Hunters formed search parties, dozens at a time, armed with muskets and blades, marching into the forests like an army. They laid traps, they poisoned bait, they set up ambushes, and every time the beast slipped through, like a phantom, like it was listening. The fear spread through Gevaudan like smoke. People stopped traveling. Mothers didn't let children walk alone, not even to church. Villages went silent after sunset. Doors bolted, prayers whispered, candles burning low. And then the bounty came. Money for whoever could bring it down, and it kept rising until it was worth a full year's wages. A year! That's how desperate they were. The killings became so relentless, so public, that the panic reached the highest place in France, Versailles. King Louis XV heard the reports, saw the numbers, and decided this wasn't just a wild animal, this was a threat to the crown. So he sent professionals, the king's own lieutenant of the hunt, Antoine, backed by royal troops, royal weapons, royal pride. Finally, the people thought, finally, this nightmare would end. In September of 1765, Antoine shot a massive wolf. They celebrated like the beast had been conquered. The body was presented, stuffed, displayed, and hauled to Versailles like a trophy. The king declared victory. The kingdom exhaled. But the relief was a trap, because only 2 months later, the screams returned. Another body, then another, then another. The beast was still out there, hungrier, angrier, and now it felt personal. Imagine that moment when you realize the monster isn't gone. It's been watching, waiting for everyone to relax, waiting for everyone to celebrate, and then it comes back to remind you who really rules the forest. Years passed like that, terror on a schedule. It attacked in daylight. It attacked near homes. It attacked so boldly, people began whispering the word no one wanted to say out loud: werewolf. Because what else could survive this long? What else could kill this many and vanish every time the gun smoke cleared? And then a name entered the story, like the final page of a cursed book: Jean Chastel. Some say he was a quiet man. Others say he was feared. But the legend says he did something strange before the hunt. He knelt. He prayed. He took a silver medal of the Virgin Mary and melted it down. He forged a silver bullet. Not lead. Silver. On June 19, 1767, Chastel stood in the brush, calm as a priest at a funeral, and when the beast finally appeared, when it stepped into view, massive, scarred, almost too real to be real, he fired. The creature fell, and this time it didn't get back up. After 3 years of terror, after around 100 deaths, the killing stopped. Just like that. Silence. But here's the problem. To this day, people still argue what the beast really was. A wolf, bigger than normal? A pack of wolves blamed as one? An exotic animal? A hyena? A lion? Something smuggled in and unleashed? A trained killer, used like a weapon? Or something worse? something that wore fur and walked on 4 legs but wasn't just an animal at all. So tell me, if you lived in Gevaudan and the woods outside your village started taking people one by one, what would you believe, a wolf or a monster?